Welcome back to episode 3 of the Brink Sports Pod. Welcome back to episode 3 of the Brink Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Chris. Thanks for tuning in with us. This is my co-host, Nick.
How you doing, guys? Welcome back to PSP Radio. You good?
Oh, man. Yeah, it must be something in the air.
Okay.
You ever just, walk outside and it's just like, this air sucks?
Yeah, well, we're in New York, so
Yeah, we are in New York.
don't have the best air quality sometimes.
We are in New York. Before we get into it, we'll talk about the sports air around here. How you doing, Nick? You all right?
Yeah, doing good. We just played some sports before.
Mm-hmm.
Feel refreshed.
Yeah, we pickled it up. Played a little pickleball.
Little pickleball, rising sport.
Interesting
in the world.
sport, man. It's fun. For some reason, I'm really fucking sore. I don't know if I'm getting older or I'm
after
out
the
of
first
shape
time,
or
after the
maybe
first
all
time we
the
played,
above.
I got my ass kicked. I was very sore, but since then I've been pretty good. So
that's good. I mean, yeah, it's taxing, man. Going back and forth, and you're really trying to put a lot of oomph on that ball. You're trying to recover, and not break your ass all at the same time. So
yeah, it's a great sport.
definitely. We're gonna talk some spicy. Not really. I was hoping there was something that would be spicy coming out this week. I was gonna say some spicy Yankee signings or anything like that, but
It's more stale right now, Chris.
we got nothing.
We got stale Ritz crackers.
Excuse
right
me.
now.
We got absolutely nothing. The malpractice, we've been calling it, the incompetence, it continues. I don't want to call it incompetence because that sounds like it. I'm like a know-it-all.
Yeah, I don't want us to be that podcast that's like
cough button.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want us to be that podcast that like we're just constantly ragging on the Yankees because we truly don't
Love
you know?
them. Yeah.
We really don't. But this offseason just feels a little different, and it's not very clear on what the Yankees are going to do or if they're going to do anything. So it's a little it's aggravating to be stagnant as a fan right now.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's been nothing going on. Last time we spoke, we talked about, was it Med Rosario?
Med Rosario and Mr. Blackburn.
And Mr. Blackburn returning to the squad. So the Yankees haven't signed anybody new. I don't exactly know. I don't think any of us know whether they will sign somebody. I think the hope is that, and we're reiterating this now, but that they will sign somebody, and that maybe they're waiting for Bellinger to sign or sign him to then make any other further moves.
Feels like Bellinger's free agency is like kind of keeping the Yankees front office on hold, like backing us into a corner. Meanwhile, I mean, you can still go out and make moves. You're really signing Bellinger to play left field and have him as a utility throughout the season. But
but he's
there's
a crucial
other problems we need to address.
Yeah, there is, and the bottom line, and the thing that we've been talking about the most, and I think a lot of Yankee fans feel the same way, is that you got Aaron Judge, the best player in baseball, on this team, and you've had him on this team for, what is this, his 8th season, 9th season now?
Mm-hmm.
So they're wasting his talent. They've only made the World Series once. They've been knocked out early in the playoffs, more than, a couple times now. Seems like that's usually the outcome when we roll into the playoffs. I shouldn't say that, but, it's happened more than we would like. And the main objective is to get some ducks on the pond in front of Judge to, score some runs and obviously, keep him producing these monster numbers that he's been putting up.
Yeah, Chris, I agree. And I think, I don't think Judge's window is closing because the seasons he's having, he's just building on each season. Like, he's coming off an MVP year. People are projecting he's going to have not the same year, which is, I guess it's human to have those predictions, but Aaron Judge is also
I don't think that
Judge.
one bit. Why would you think that?
No, I saw something about how these are his projections, and it's like, it's crazy that this would be like an off year for him. Not an off year, but like not what he usually does. But that's just always what they're going to do.
That's just somebody
That's
taking
been
a
his
chance.
whole career.
There's always the preseason predictions of division winners and
Yeah.
who's going to make the World Series. It's all you see some crazy stuff out there.
But bottom line, Aaron Judge's prime, that window is closing, and Garrett Cole's coming off Tommy John. I think he's a freak. I think he'll still be Garrett Cole.
Yeah.
But should we play our... Well, actually, let's cover... They did make 2 signings before we get into if we were Brian Cashman.
Was it 2 signings?
Yeah, they signed the right-handed catcher. Can't remember his name. He played for the Blue Jays. Decent numbers, but it's just an option, I guess, and he's right-handed.
Yeah.
Dan, can you just look up his name just so we can give reference? And then we signed Nick Torres, the Mexican
League MVP
magician over here. Yeah,
yeah. I mean,
first baseman, outfielder.
Such a Brian Cashman
Yeah,
signing.
it's just like if this is the baseball diamond, let's just get guys that are gonna be outside the diamond the whole year, unless we have these injuries and guys go down. Which, as a Yankee fan, I'm used to. He does this, but it's it's quiet, and we want answers.
All quiet on the Western Front. We were talking before, and something that I think is important that we should talk about on this show is the Yankees will not win a championship, for a multitude of reasons, but one of the reasons we believe right now is currently constructed is their shortstop, Anthony Volpe. I'm sure everybody is feeling the same kind of way. I mean, this guy, nothing against Anthony Volpe. Obviously there's nothing personal, but the kid hasn't done it. He hasn't showed up when he has to, and he's been very inconsistent. And, this season, I feel like the most likely outcome is that they're going to roll into the season with Anthony Volpe. But we can dream, right?
They are, but what we were saying earlier is if you're Brian Cashman, how he talks to pressers and this and that, we look at all our options. We do our due diligence where we can upgrade at every position, this and that. I mean, if you look at, I was looking at our stats, best average on the team, hits, all that stuff. And Volpe is really not producing. Not even to be a starting shortstop on the Yankees. He's not producing to be a starting shortstop in the league.
No, not at all.
And why are we married to Anthony Volpe? If you look at all the question marks we have, yes, the bullpen needs a little reconstruction, but not worried about that. So there's a deadline to take care of that, whatever. And that's how Cashman's going to take care of that. But, first and third base, you need some guys to platoon. It's pretty clear that Ben Rice will be our everyday first baseman.
Well, maybe
unless they make a trade with McMahon.
What's his name? Nick Torres is now our right-handed first baseman.
Sometimes you have good feelings about these guys. Sometimes they come in, they just hit.
That would be great.
That would be great.
We like hitters.
I mean, they're talking about how Dominguez is playing terrible in the Mexican League. This guy's Mexican League MVP. He should probably be able to come to the MLB and do some damage.
Yeah. But Jaxson Dominguez is another thing we could get into on this show, but not right now.
Anthony Volpe batted .212 last year with 19 errors, right?
Yeah.
So if you're Brian Cashman, you can't not be considering upgrading at the shortstop position.
No, absolutely not. I mean, he graded out as the worst offensive shortstop. I mean, batted .212. What else did he do? He had, let's see,
low OPS too.
He played a lot of games. That's a detriment. Why is his Fangraphs weird? 19 home runs, 65 runs, 72 RBIs. What was his OPS?
65 runs.
What was his OPS?
His OPS was pretty low, I'm pretty sure.
Fangraphs is weird.
I mean, if you're looking at the construction of the team,
66.
666?
Yeah, no, 663.
Oh, I was gonna say, man, that's even a bigger sign.
We gotta get rid of Volpe.
Get this guy out of here. No, but I mean, if you're what you're saying, if you're Brian Cashman, you're trying to make the team better. How can you look at your team and keep lying to us and lying to yourself and saying that Anthony Volpe is a good shortstop? He's not.
You're in delusion, you're negligent, or you just don't want to pay someone and you are okay with having a rookie contract in that position. But we're the New York Yankees. We're not like a small market team here.
Dude, I mean,
You have to spend money if you want to win. And it's if Anthony Volpe got a 250 this year, 240, okay, fine. Give him another. Let's see if he keeps progressing. But 212 is not like that's not a starting shortstop for the New York Yankees, nonetheless. And
any way you look at it, any way that it's graded, Anthony Volpe, the advanced statistics, regular statistics, he's not it, man. He's at the bottom of every list.
And it's frustrating that they will not commit to moving on from him or give him competition to compete for the job.
Yeah. I'm just going to rattle off some names here. Like, to some baseball casuals, they're going to be like, who are you? Brooks Lee is the only person that's really worse than him. And who? Yeah, he plays for the Twins. Chase Meredith was a rookie, better than him. Joey Ortiz graded out better than him, the advanced statistics. Josh Smith, Otto Lopez for Miami, Xavier Edwards for Miami. They have two shortstops that are better than Anthony Volpe. Carlos Correa, JP, yeah, and then it starts getting into some household names.
It becomes a little mind-boggling, and I know we're not these baseball savants that are in these analytics offices and this and that, or in the front office with the Yankees looking at what they're looking at.
Stay tuned.
But you have to... It just seems unfair that we're not exploring this, and it's such a given to Yankee fans that Anthony Volpe is going to be our starting day shortstop.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, third year. Is this his third year? Or is this his fourth year? No, it's his third year.
Yeah.
Last year was his second year. But, yeah, I mean, it's just not...
Where else can we really upgrade? You know what I mean? Like, obviously, you could do something crazy at third. Ben Rice kind of ties our hands at first. Jazz Chisholm has one more year on his contract, so you're going to see it out. I wouldn't want to trade Jazz Chisholm. You see Boone talking about why would we trade, what is he, a 40-40 player? Was he a
30-30?
30-30 player, like 40-40, easy. You know what I mean? Like, he brings a lot to the table, so let him play out his contract. And then your outfield, you really only have an opening in left field. And that's assuming, they don't give Dominguez a shot, which I really hope that's not the case. Like, Volpe and Dominguez seem like the question marks.
Yeah, they seem like the question marks. They've been question marks. They were question marks last year. Now going into the second year, they're going to be question marks, if it continues how it is. But, I just think that there's so many better options out there. We've been saying, even if you don't get Bellinger, obviously, I think majority of Yankee fans want the Yankees to get Bellinger. Why not? He's a great baseball player. The money is where it gets tricky, but at the end of the day, like, you're trying to win baseball games. The Dodgers don't give a shit. Other teams out there really don't care. Like, go out there, spend the money, especially, when you have it. And even say they don't get Bellinger, they can upgrade at shortstop. They can upgrade, at first base. They can upgrade at third base. Mm-hmm. Doesn't look like they're going to do those things, but the main thing they should do really is address that shortstop, second base, whatever you have to do with it to make it work. But Anthony Volpe is the key.
Lucky for Yankee fans and listeners, we have a plan.
Tell them. What's the plan?
So our plan was to... Bo Bichette is out there. He's available. And I think it would be...
I think that their crumbs are pointed towards Yankee Stadium.
I just like the look of it. Was Dante Bichette on? Did he play on? His dad play on the Yankees? No,
I don't think so.
No, I'm thinking about Bellinger's dad. But we were saying, go out, get Bo Bichette, and then really work it out. Like you have two guys in him and Chisholm that could play shortstop or second base. Figure out the fit. And then we really have a great infield. I know Bo Bichette's not great at shortstop defensively. I've seen some tough throws from him. I would lean towards Jazz because Jazz just adapts to where he is. He played pretty good third base, came up as a shortstop. But whatever, at least you give yourself the versatility. And some people might not like that. Like,
honestly, I don't I don't necessarily like that.
I don't either, but I like it better than Anthony Volpe.
That's the thing, but like you're trying to move away from the inconsistency at shortstop. You don't need somebody that hasn't played shortstop.
Can you check how many? How many games did he miss? Did he miss a lot of games, Bo Bichette?
This year?
Yeah, because I bet you he made less errors than Anthony Volpe,
Let's see.
and he's a great hitter. You know, let's take that. Take that over a 212 batter.
Let's see. How many games did he play?
Well, yeah, just for reference in terms of how many errors he had.
139.
How many errors?
Anthony Volpe had 147. And then let me just pop over to fielding here. Good website over here in Fangraphs. Shout out Fangraphs. He had Bo Bichette, Bobo Bichette, Bichette's,
Come on.
Bichetti. This is all players.
12.
Isn't it?
12.
Thanks, Dan.
Thank you, Dan.
Thanks for making me look bad.
I'll take that. I'll take that over Anthony Volpe any day. Bo Bichette's a great bat.
12?
And-
Well,
and
I
you
mean,
know what,
that's a
too?
spread. That's a spread of 7. Volpe had 19.
I'll take it. And you know why? Because Bo
Well,
Bichette,
yeah.
Bo Bichette prompts like he prompts like small ball, moving base runners, getting on base.
Yes.
You know, and he's an annoying at bat.
He hits the ball hard. You know, he's got pop. You know, he's got a lot of gap to gap power. And like you're saying, yeah, he moves runners over as he puts the ball in play. And that's something the Yankees have been missing.
Yeah, and I think it would give the team a bit of an edge. Like, you know, you got Toronto spending money over here. Everybody's saying they're better than us. They're better than us.
Yeah.
Go get their guy, and let's beat them with their guy.
I would love nothing more than that.
I don't think Yankee fans can be upset if we go out and sign Bo Bichette. I
No.
think I would love it
Absolutely.
because he's an annoying player, and I hated playing against him in Toronto, but I would love rooting for him in New York.
Yeah. Make it happen, Cashman.
So let's do that, right? It seems like they're on a short leash in terms of how much they want to spend, but you know, if you could swing it, which they definitely can't because they just don't want to spend money, you can still go out and get Bellinger if you get a friendly deal with Bo Bichette, which I'm not quite sure if that's possible. But then our other thing is it's your guy. It's your guy, am I?
Imai, the guy. Yeah, man. So a little bit of a situation going on with Imai because
He was posted, and his deadline to sign with the MLB club is the 2nd of January. So that's in we're
3
filming,
days.
What, today's the 29th, so that's 3 days. And it's always a question mark with these Japanese players. You know, you got Shohei. Half of them don't even want to get paid until 10 years later. Half of them just stay in Japan.
Yeah.
So I don't really know how much this guy really wants to come over. How old is he? 27 or 28, I believe.
27.
So, I mean, he probably obviously wants to come over if he's been posted, but I don't think he'll come over unless it's a certain amount of money. But you could also see like a Murakami situation where he kind of takes a smaller
Yeah, well,
annual deal or something.
the thing with that, because like the thing with that, like if you're thinking for him, it's like if he reposts next year, like odds are like he had a 6th season, like you know, even if you go out and have a
this is the
better
year to
season
come
than
over.
that, like you're still not gonna get anything much better. Like
Mhm.
you posted, he's gonna sign, whether it's with the Yankees. He says he doesn't want to go to the Dodgers. You know, we'll see if that holds true.
Well, I
Hopefully
like
it
that.
does.
I do like that.
Yeah, I think everybody should like that.
The Yankees should take notice. You might be able to swoop in right at the last second and just give him a decent offer. He might not even want to sign a big contract.
Yeah.
He probably does.
Listen, get Tanaka in the meeting.
But-
Give him number 19.
Yes.
Get
Oh
Matsui in
my
the
God.
meeting. Give him 19.
What's his name? Amai,
I have no idea.
because we already have
That's
to
his
give him a
last
ni-
name.
Okay, we'll give him a good nickname when we get him.
Yes.
Tatsui Imai. Tatsui.
I don't think it's Tatsui.
If it is, we can work with that.
Then
We
it's
won't do
like-
it until he's a Yankee.
That is like Tatsui. That's like
Matsui.
Matsui. Hideki Matsui, man.
Tatsuya.
Tatsuya
Why is
Imai.
he in a Mets
Yeah,
hat?
what the fuck?
What is that? The breaking news?
It's on Instagram.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, we saw this guy in the World Baseball Classic.
Did we?
Yeah, he pitched. I
remember
exactly,
him.
but their pitching was ridiculous in the Baseball Classic.
Yeah, World Baseball Classic is gonna be good.
It's gonna be fun, man. Love the energy.
3 real powerhouse teams: Dominican Republic,
Yeah, and USA
yeah.
Judge is on the team.
Japan.
Judge is the captain, which we didn't have Judge last year. And if Judge was at bat against Ohtani instead of Mike Trout, I bet he fucking hit something.
I bet as well.
But
I'd bet the house on that.
back to our spiel. I mean, that's kind of how we feel. If you just make some damage, whether it's 1 or 2 or all 3. I mean, if we're the New York Yankees front office owner, whatever, I'm telling Cashman, enough's enough. Go sign all these guys. Bring me a championship. Bring it
Yeah,
back.
I think everybody, all Yankee fans are in the same boat. I think everybody wants the same thing, and I think that we're not going to get it.
It's frustrating to think that we are not capable of spending the money.
We're not.
That's ridiculous. We are. He just doesn't want to pay a luxury tax.
It's not him. It's Hal.
That's what I'm referring to. How?
Oh, okay.
Because you're not. The Dodgers have $1 billion in deferred money. You are not going to have a payroll under $300 million and reset the timeline for your luxury tax without having a catastrophic season.
They were under the luxury tax last year, weren't they?
I don't think we were. I think we've been over the past however many years.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't. Just go do it.
It doesn't matter.
But that's it. I mean, by next week, we'll definitely know if Amai goes anywhere. Hopefully, we have more to report on Bellinger, Bichette.
Yeah, hopefully
anything
it's
else.
all Amai, Bellinger, Bichette next week. That's what I'm hoping for. That's what I think we're going to come back to.
We have a pretty good feel for the offseason. You know when guys are going to start to sign, and nobody wants to sign that late. So
think about it. You got a month now, a month
Yeah.
and a half, really, till
yeah, I mean
stuff
Bellinger. I
starts
could
up.
see Bellinger within the next week or 2, but he might.
Isn't that
hold out.
great? Baseball starts in a
I know,
month
it's
and a
amazing.
half.
It feels unreal.
Oh, that's awesome.
Can't wait.
That's awesome. Yeah. So Bellinger's still holding out. I think the chips are going to fall once that happens. So hopefully that happens. Then the Yankees could get him like we were saying. So is that all we got on the Yanks?
Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. There hasn't really been any other big signings. Who went to the Dodgers? I'm sorry, not the Dodgers. The Giants. Verlander? No.
Verlander.
A pitcher signed with the Giants, if I'm not mistaken.
Not sure.
All right, we'll move on then.
Yeah.
We'll report next week.
Moving on to the New York Football Giants. The Tank Bowl, they came out victorious. And obviously there's some mixed feelings about that. Thanks, Dan's pulling it up there. 34-10. I mean, just an absolute rout by the Giants. The Raiders really packed it in, and the Giants didn't lay down. I think it's overall good for the team, like the morale of the team. I know that's probably a hot
Yeah,
take.
sure. We beat one of the worst teams in the league. That's great.
Well, that's what you're supposed to do against bad teams. You're supposed to beat them and beat them bad.
Some fans would argue otherwise when you're just as bad going for the draft pick.
Well, listen,
but
do we really need, yes, it would have been great to get the first overall pick.
of course.
But it's not realistic. These guys aren't going out there. Like imagine whoever from the front office going up to Jaxson Dart and be like, "Hey Jaxson, listen, man, tough week last week. We're just gonna shut you down. We really like what you're doing here.
you can't do
we
that.
need this
the
pick."
optics of that is terrible.
You can't do that.
No, you can't. That's why they always.
The guy is gonna be like, "Dude, trade me. I don't want to be here with these fucking losers."
Yeah, you got to listen. I get it. You got to go out there and try and win. It's just funny that we couldn't score any points last week, and now we put up 30, 40 points.
Something happened last week. We'll never know, but something
Yeah.
happened last week that caused the game plan to be what it was.
Maybe the politics of it was if we tank this game, then we don't have to tank the Tank Bowl, because all eyes are on for the Tank Bowl. So maybe it was a little politics, you know what I mean?
Maybe
Because not throwing the ball to the second half, that's saying something.
right.
So maybe it was a
nobody was
very
thinking to tank that
hush
one.
hush in house. We're we're going to manipulate the outcome of this game. This way, we're most likely going to get the second or first overall pick. And then we'll go out and play against the Raiders, you know?
Yeah, I mean, the Giants definitely still... Whoa!
You're right there, buddy.
Holy cow, man.
Hiccups, Aja, what do you got?
What's the brand? Oh, Tums. We need a sponsorship. Sponsor me, Tums.
Yeah, so I guess this is where I'll talk to the people. It's just, I'm checking my fantasy team all day Sunday. Not going to get into that, but I'm like, oh, let's see. Like, am I getting the first overall pick? Because I'm working on Sunday, and we're winning. I'm like, it just drives us New York fans to the quote-unquote brink. We don't even lose the games we're supposed to lose when we could better our organization next year.
I mean, they did the same thing last year. They had a chance at the number 1 overall pick. They won a game week 17 to lose it. You know, I mean, yeah, would it have been nice to get the number 1 pick? Yes. The Giants could have got a lot of assets for it. But do they need it more than the Raiders? No, they don't. But they do still hold.
We need it just as bad as anyone. Like, we could use anything we could get.
Yes, but they still hold value with that second overall pick because that quarterback coming out of Oregon, if he is coming out, which is still undecided, so that's a major factor, is a really good, promising prospect. So a lot of teams might try and trade up for him.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens. Were we the underdog going into that game?
No, they were favored.
Okay, because if we were, I would say the Giants are definitely going to win this week, and you should have bet, but it's about right. They just knows.
Yeah, I mean, Dart looked great. I don't understand how, again, it happened last week.
Well, at least you could take away that he didn't get such a like bad he didn't lose confidence from last week, you know.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, we talked about that last week
Didn't expect
on the episode,
him to.
and I didn't think that he's not the type of player to get rattled or, you know, lose confidence just in his style of play, especially with how he's handled the controversy with concussions and stuff. Like, he's like, we play football, you know what I mean? He's a football player. So
yeah, absolutely. And, you know, he was faced with some tough questions at the end of the game. Not really tough questions. He handled them great. Oh, boy. Yo! What kind of shot production are we running here, man?
Stop fidgeting. Just talk.
Is this thing steady? Okay. You know, you got to ask the question, like, there was a lot of, you know, talk going into this week about the, you know, winner of this or loser of this game controlling the first round pick and, you know, the team possibly drafting quarterback. Like, what were your thoughts on that? You know, and he said, you know, like, I don't pay any attention to that. Like, you know, I'm just going to continue to play my game. You know, it was great being out there watching my teammates. We got the win. You know, he said, I'm going to be here for a long time, continue to be here for a long time. You know, and I'm excited in turning this thing around. It's like, that's what you want to hear from our guy.
Yeah, honestly, it's like Giants fans, we're just bleeding. We're just bleeding out. We bled out like 3 years ago. You know what I mean? We're used to this. It's just every year, you know, you have faith. You think they're going to turn around. But, you know, hopefully we're heading into the next season with a new regime, new head coach, new GM. Yeah. And we got our guy at quarterback. And like you said, he's going to be here for a while. And I think the thing that I'm at peace with about this season is that we've watched Giants football with an elite quarterback in Eli Manning, who delivered us 2 Super Bowls, and we've had the aftermath. And we've had all these quarterbacks, and, you know, Daniel Jones wasn't it, this and that, all these guys, all these coaches. But now we finally have that quarterback, that leader on the offense and in the locker room that is fun to watch. You know, like when we were younger, when Eli was still playing, but every week, even though we weren't that great most of the time, other than the 2 years we won, but it was still fun to watch Eli Manning go out there and play football.
Yeah, because, you know, he was going to throw for 300 yards and 3 touchdowns every game.
Now we have that again. In
probably
Jaxson
3
Dart.
picks, but it would be a ride.
Yeah,
you know?
Yep.
Yeah, Jaxson Dart is everything that you're looking for in a starting quarterback in the NFL.
especially like in the new NFL.
Yeah,
Like,
and I
play
think
style.
he's only obviously going to get so much better,
Yeah, he's just starting. He's
And
just
the
out
more
there.
weapons that he gets when they bring in some talent next year, hopefully, they'll be able, he'll be able to stay in the pocket longer. He won't have to evacuate so often, and
that should be the Giants' biggest priority.
yeah,
Because he can be a great pocket passer, and he'll have
absolutely.
that weapon of
Absolutely.
breaking the pocket.
And this is,
making plays.
one thing to take away from this season and the struggles that he did face is like he's going through a lot right now.
And he's dealing with it well.
And he's dealing with it great. Came out after a rough week, bounced back, and looked like the best player. He was the best player on the field. No doubt about it. So definitely very promising. He's got it. Put to bed all the questions about Giants drafting a quarterback, any nonsense of that. So happy for the kid, happy for the Giants. Let's definitely lose next week though. Like let's make that
we can handle one more loss.
Hopefully the
Let's go
Cowboys
out,
don't
the right way.
let the Cowboys start
It's gonna
Dak.
be-
Go ahead and get the game, guys.
It's gonna be a gut wrenching game. I have a feel like even as a Giants fan, knowing you're gonna lose, just because it's the Cowboys, it'll be a little worse.
And they tasted some winning. Like they're gonna probably do some things better next week than they did last week. So it's like,
for the sake of the rivalry, I kind of want them to go out and win because I hate the Cowboys. But I know the business decision would be to lose.
well, listen. Yes, it would be. If there weren't two quarterbacks coming out that were tradable, then I'd say go beat the Cowboys. But the fact that they could still get another first-round pick out of this, they should obviously, don't try. They're not going to try to lose, but hopefully they lose. So we'll see what that happens next Sunday, last week of the NFL season. Some other news around the NFL. You got the Steelers and Ravens playing for the division title next week. Steelers lost to the Cleveland Browns. Aaron Rodgers, I don't want to say choked, but he kind of did. They threw at Denzel Ward 3 times in the red zone to end the game, and none of them were close. So
that's rough.
They're going to be playing next week for division title. And then you got Tampa Bay and Carolina also playing for the NFC South.
It's coming down to the wire.
Tampa Bay lost against the Saints. Saints might have found the quarterback there in Tyler Shuck. I don't know if you've been paying attention.
No, I haven't.
Tyler Shuck.
Tyler Shucks.
I don't know if he was a first-round pick or a second-round. No, I think he's a second-round.
Well,
Only first-round quarterbacks were Cam Ward.
What was going on with Jordan Love got hurt, or were they just sitting him?
Jordan Love? Oh, that's Malik Willis.
I know, but why wasn't Jordan Love got hurt?
Yeah, Jordan Love, I think, got hurt last week.
Yeah, I mean, Malik Willis just completely shattered my chances of winning the championship in fantasy football.
Yeah, Malik Willis definitely going to get a chance to probably start somewhere next year.
Yeah, he looked really good.
He's looked good every time he's played as a backup, so good for him.
But
so some exciting Week 18 games. I believe there was one more. Maybe not. Maybe that's it. Yeah, I think everybody else. Seattle and San Francisco got some implications on the line. If San Francisco beats them, they get the number 1 seed in the NFC.
Wow.
Yeah. And I don't know if the Rams have any chance at getting the number 1 seed or winning that division. That division is stacked, man. You got Seahawks, Niners, and Rams. 3 best teams in the NFC, probably.
Yeah, that is by far the best division.
Yeah. Crazy.
3 potential Super Bowl winners.
Yeah, I don't think the Seahawks. Sam Darnold's not.
Well, no, sorry. Yeah, but they played like it last week.
Yeah, sorry, Alex, if you're watching.
But yeah, and then the Bills-Eagles also was banking on a high-scoring game for the sake of my fantasy championship. Didn't get it, but it came down to the wire, and the Bills went for 2 to win the game. Instead of just kicking, why don't you just kick the extra point, go play it?
And there were 5 seconds left in the game.
Yeah, it was like the clock was going to run down.
Yeah, that's
It's
definitely
big.
questionable.
It's big enough to get the touchdown. You know, why are you
Yeah.
gonna go? I get that when you need the 2-pointer to tie it, but you get another possession.
Yeah, I just and when your quarterback is Josh Allen, who you could feel like can score
Yeah,
at any given moment from anywhere on the field, I think you roll the dice and kick the field goal there.
I don't quite get that, especially like against a coach like Sirianni, because that might have had to do with it because Sirianni would do that because he's that kind of coach.
Maybe a little bit of an ego
But
thing.
it's like you kind of got beat by that philosophy.
Yeah, I mean the Bills don't really. Obviously, they want to get every game and they wanted to win the division, but it didn't look like they were necessarily going to, because I think who are the Patriots playing next week, Dan? I think another like easy game. It's a joke. What an easy schedule. Hopefully, the Giants get an easy schedule like that
we
next
had
year.
one of the hardest schedules this year.
Yeah, they 100%.
It's
I
crazy.
think they did have the
We
hardest
did, yeah.
schedule in the NFL.
Yeah.
They're playing the Dolphins. Yeah.
I mean, listen, we wouldn't have done what the Patriots
Patriots are playing the
did if
Dolphins.
we had their schedule, but
No, but the Patriots are 1 year past where the Giants are.
maybe more than 1 year.
Maybe they were 5-10 the year last year.
Well, yeah, but I mean, based on how they're playing this year,
Yeah, they're playing good. You can't control who you play against, and they're beating everybody.
we got a little buff take.
I think we got a little buffs brain action.
You got that lined up, Dan?
One moment.
We getting shook tonight. We getting shook
continue
tonight. We
with
getting
your
shook
regularly
tonight.
scheduled program.
Yeah,
BSP Radio special guest Buff's Brain.
I definitely think that this is a good year in football, though. I like the.
It was different,
Yeah, I like
transition.
the different teams in it. It was good to see teams in it and then collapses. That's always fun to see. Colts, Bucks, who else?
Chiefs.
Chiefs kind of were never there. They kind of were just hanging on.
Collapse in terms of last year.
Yeah,
and the
that
years prior.
definitely was a downgrade. But great year.
Yeah, it was refreshing.
Really refreshing.
Very refreshing, and I think the playoffs are going to be just as.
Yeah, I hope the Bills win. Go Bills.
Yeah, me too.
Beauties, what is up?
What's good, Pop?
Today I'm here to talk about why DeAndre Hopkins is or is not a Hall of Fame player. While he has been absolutely elite throughout all the quarterbacks, Brian Hoyer, Brock Osweiler, Ryan Tannehill, Tom Savage. Who the fuck is Tom Savage? He has some of the best hands of that era. I mean, he was catching absolutely everything thrown to him. He has some of the most elite seasons that you'll ever see throughout year after year after year. I mean, he has been a consistent top 3 NFL wide receiver with the allocates come with it. But what was the last time he did something in the playoffs? When was the last time you seen him make a play like Larry Fitzgerald? No Super Bowl, has a Super Bowl-like moment. Julio Jones, no Super Bowl, has a Super Bowl-like moment. I mean, his era is enhanced in terms of their yards, receptions. I mean, when was the last time you seen a guy throw for 5,000 yards? Not since Drew Brees was in the NFL. And when was that? 5-10 years ago?
10
I mean,
years
come on
ago.
now. It's not the same. It's not the same. He has no single signature season. He's been absolutely consistent throughout his entire career. He's never had a, wow, that's a 2,000-yard season. Wow, that's a 15-plus touchdown season. There are none of those for him to go off of. And yeah, I mean, he's been playing for a while, but it hasn't been consistent. It hasn't been going through his entire career. Jerry Rice was making
How much
clutch
longer we
plays,
got on
clutch
this?
moves. I mean, you could just see he is elite until the very end. Meanwhile, what?
All right, come
DeAndre
on, Buff.
Hopkins
I think we
had
get your point.
2,
Yeah,
3
we got him.
touchdowns this
Yeah,
season.
you can
I mean,
cut him
it
off.
is not the same. And to cop it,
We got you, Bob. I definitely know you were enjoying yourself when you were making that. So I appreciate you. Definitely get into it right now. That was great.
That's it's not a bad argument.
I think. Good.
Because yeah, I mean, he compares him like DeAndre Hopkins comes from that class of like Julio Jones and Megatron, like that time,
Mhm.
And I guess his
Mhm.
argument was that quarterbacks aren't having 5,000-yard seasons to, boost your stats. But, I mean, he also didn't have quarterbacks that came close to a 5,000-yard season. So I don't know if that argument plays well.
No.
But has he had a 2,000-yard receiving year?
No. His best year was in 2018 when he had 1,500 yards, 1,572. He had 11 touchdowns and 115 receptions. So definitely his best year by far. That's a Hall of Fame year, without question.
Wait, but didn't DeAndre... Wasn't he with the Chiefs last year?
No.
Who am I confusing him with?
Oh, yeah, he was with the Chiefs last year. He was with the Chiefs and the Titans.
Yeah, he actually did some stuff in the playoffs.
Yeah, he actually,
he was like in and out.
He did a little bit. He was there. He almost won a ring last year.
That's what I'm saying. I mean,
yeah.
I don't think he's definitely a Hall of Famer for sure. You don't think so?
13,295 yards. He's got, let's see, 85 career touchdowns and 1,006 receptions. He's borderline. Oh, you got it right there too, Dan. 7 1,000-yard seasons is definitely good. I'd say he's close. You know, the thing that I think hurts our boy DeAndre, is his recent years. I think, and his bouncing around from team to team.
Yeah, he might have just like stuck around for a little bit too long. He could have just had a great career. Like, what? He should have retired last year.
Yeah, well, I mean, he played in 16 games this year, and he only had 22 receptions.
Yeah,
I mean, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, because he's getting older, and he like even when he went to the Chiefs, like you knew his workload wasn't going to be that high. He was just kind of like a guy to be there, make some plays here and there, and Mahomes doesn't really always have the receivers anyways. It was just like a gamble, but
yeah,
unfortunately, maybe he should have like hung up the cleats.
You don't really see the bigger bodied receivers stay around that long. Mm-hmm. Mike Evans the exception, but Mike Evans is always hurt. So, that's just kind of what it is. These guys have a peak. Julio Jones, Megatron, DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah, but
their bodies take a lot of abuse because of their playing style. They're jumping for a lot of balls. They're coming down on their body hard. They're getting hit in the middle of the air. It's not easy, obviously.
Yeah. I don't really like the argument of that's like I get why a fan would argue, what has he done in the playoffs, this and that. But just to dial it back, like compare playoffs, like Mike Trout, right? Obviously, his stats show a lot more than DeAndre Hopkins, but Mike Trout has literally only played like 4 playoff games his whole career, and he's going to end his magnificent career with that being said.
Yeah.
He is no doubt a Hall of Famer.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't apply. You can't compare Mike Trout's legacy to DeAndre Hopkins, but just to like kind of debunk the whole playoff thing, because especially football is a team sport just as much as any sport.
Yeah, I think football, when it comes to getting in the Hall of Fame, it's easier to get in without the winning at those skilled positions, like a wide receiver.
Mm-hmm.
A wide receiver could get in, bounce from team to team, as long as they have the numbers, they could get in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, of course.
But if a quarterback honestly gets in with numbers too, but like say Kirk Cousins, is going to finish with some good numbers, but is Kirk Cousins a Hall of Fame quarterback?
No, but if Kirk Cousins won a Super Bowl, he probably would be.
He'd probably be,
because it definitely bodes well for a quarterback because you're the head of the offense.
Right. It's
to
you
lead
have your
an
hands
offense
on that
deep in playoffs and win a championship
more than a wide receiver.
Speaks more than running routes or being a running back.
Yeah, not to take anything away from that. Obviously,
because
it's needed.
Your pride is in your stats if you don't find yourself on a championship team.
Yeah.
To contribute to.
It's an interesting argument
It is. I like those arguments. Is this
Yeah.
guy Hall of Famer? Is that guy Hall
He
of
was
Famer?
saying about last time somebody threw for 5,000 yards.
I think
Yeah.
it was Brady in 21.
Why is that though, man? Why has the yardage just dropped by these quarterbacks? Why don't they throw for as
Yo,
much?
I
as
was
they
literally
used to?
just thinking that, and I was looking at the schedule, and I'm trying to look at each game stats. I'm like, I'm seeing a couple 200, 300, but it's mostly like 150, maybe upwards 190.
Well, definitely not the whole contributing factor, but the quarterback running does play a factor.
Yeah.
Like guys like Josh Allen,
Like you have
Lamar
what?
Jackson.
How many touchdowns is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 touchdowns, and it's only 188 passing yards.
Yeah.
Like, how does that make sense?
yeah,
Yeah,
they're
well,
moving the ball on the ground
Yeah,
more.
I
I
mean,
guess.
Dart had probably like 50 rushing yards himself, so he's getting that probably off of like 3 to 4 carries. So, that takes away 3 to 4 carries. That could have been one of 20
can you
plus yards.
look up like just leading passing yards in the league right now? Let's just see like where they're.
Matt Stafford, I think he has like 43.
That is crazy if we're talking about like a 700-yard difference.
Matt
in a
Stafford probably
season.
has like 41. But yeah, these guys don't come anywhere near 5,000. We used to have guys, Peyton Manning, Aaron Rodgers, Drew Brees, Tom
Drew Brees
Brady.
did it like 3 times.
They were all throwing for 5,000 yards.
Well,
And
it
there
is
were guys
also-
like the mid-level quarterbacks were throwing for 4,000, 3,500. Now it's like you throw for
Jameis
3,500.
Winston has a very high passing yard season.
Yeah.
I saw a list of that stat actually like today.
Yeah, he definitely does.
But I think the most recent was Tom Brady in 2021. But let's see, what do we got? Dak
Dak.
Prescott. How many does he have? I can't see.
4,482. Dak Prescott, man. Guy is just
Guy always throws for a lot of yards.
consistent, dude.
Can't win games though.
No. I don't think it's all on him, though.
Well, it's actually crazy that it's not like, right? Like Mahomes and Josh Allen are lower on that list than, and like Jalen Hurt. Like the top quarterbacks are Jared Goff, Drake May, Matt Stafford, Sam Darnold, and Dak Prescott.
Danny Jones threw for 3,000 in how many games?
How many games did he play? Does it say?
No, it didn't say.
What, he got hurt like
Yeah, I heard like
15?
3 or 4 weeks ago, bro. He would have threw for 4,000 yards probably, close to it.
I also think that it's not so much the style of the game has changed. I think it's just that we grew up in a golden age of quarterbacks. Like
Yeah.
you could honestly argue that group of elite quarterbacks was the best
14 games.
group of quarterbacks in the league at a given time in the NFL's history.
Yeah, Manning, Breeze, Rodgers, Manning, Rivers, Roethlisberger.
Favre was at the end.
Did I say Brady?
Great. I mean, there was just so much, and I kind of think it's like the NFL has changed a little bit, and it's also because those guys are pocket passers. They were
Yeah,
passing the ball more.
The game has changed. I think that the art of the pocket passer is no longer there, and guys that used to take a chance and throw that ball in a tight window and see if it'll get caught don't take that chance. They take it and they tuck it and run.
Yeah.
So that's probably what it is.
Yeah, it's crazy that there's like a 500 to 700 yard difference,
Yeah.
but I think it's a combination of that and like just the elite talent that we had.
Yeah, I don't think the NFL will ever go back to the pocket passer.
No,
I think it's just too tempting for these guys.
it's hard. It's hard to see where the game is going
What
to
is this,
go.
Dan?
This is DeAndre Hopkins' draft class, at least. And then everybody that's still in it.
Oh, Lane
Still in the
Johnson.
league. So it's like, out of these guys, who would you still pick Hopkins over them?
Right now, Lane Johnson, yeah.
You have let's do skill players. Like, you have Hopkins,
Okay.
you have Robert Woods, Zach Ertz, Travis Kelce.
Is that Geno Smith? He wasn't
Yeah.
drafted the same year as Geno Smith. What year was DeAndre
13.
Hopkins drafted?
13.
2013.
Wow.
Kyle Juszczyk. And that's it, really. Those are the people the skills players from 13.
Wow, that's crazy.
Keenan Allen too, actually.
Wow, think about how many people are out of the league. Come and go. Le'Veon Bell
Bro,
Robert
the average time
Woods.
span is 3 years.
in the NFL.
Yeah.
How many? 3 years?
Yeah.
That's just because so many
The
players.
rookie
just go
contract
down.
is 4 years alone.
Yeah,
It's hard to stay in the NFL.
it's crazy. I wish they should come out with a documentary about the life even of minor league baseball players.
A lot of them end up still playing on the practice squads and stuff like that. They end up going coaching staffs. Probably.
Yeah, there's opportunity for other work and stuff.
Well, the NFL is different because I feel like there's a big argument about the NHL and hockey. Like there's a opiates problem. Like there's a pain killing epidemic in the NHL because, dude, they'll just they'll hype these guys up on whatever because they are willing to do it and they want to go back out there.
Mhm.
Like you don't see, at the end of the Stanley Cup, it's always a list of 8+ players that were playing hurt, not just like a dislocated shoulder,
No, it's like a torn fucking labrum.
Torn muscle from this or that, or a broken bone.
Yeah,
Playing week after surgeries, and that's the way they are able to. They want to.
mm-hmm.
I think there's more laid back rules with NHL.
No, the NFL does it too.
The NFL does it too, but it's also
They just have stronger shit.
the NFL.
I think so.
Well, I think it's harder for the NFL because the NFL you're making contact every play. You know what I mean? Hockey, yeah, there's contact, but you can kind of as long as you're not as physical guy, even though those guys are
Yeah,
going out too.
You're not playing football with a broken leg.
Yeah, football, if you're banged up, they say everybody has a button, something that's bruised and that's why these guys always go down because even when you're playing sports as a kid, something that hurts, you go out and play, it always gets
Yeah.
nicked or banged and then
Mm-hmm.
it hurts even more, but I just think you can't get away with it in the NFL and that's why it's the most physical game and that's why people don't you can't who is it? Megatron. You know what I mean? He only played 7 or 10 years. He
didn't play long.
Yeah, he retired.
Yeah, no,
pretty young.
it really is an accomplishment when you look at a football player that's played for that long. It's damn, bro, you've seen and been through some shit.
Yeah, and it'd be cool if there's a documentary because, there's a reason they only play once a week, and why they complain if they have a Thursday night game then a Sunday night game. These guys are banged up. You go through all these processes of therapy, and
they say it
to be in shape to
I've
play
heard
next
George
week.
Kittle say it he gets into mini car accidents 30 times every week.
It's crazy.
The
what
force
they do.
that when they collide is like a car accident.
Oh yeah.
So they're
Yeah.
So it's
But the wild thing is that the whole theory is that it's the pads that make it more crazy because you think that you have more cushion to do it. But it makes
Right.
it more dangerous. Look at rugby. Guys are breaking arms and dislocating shoulders and stuff, but it's not as every game. Every game that's not always happening.
yeah, and you you could wrap up and actually feel the guy, and it's different.
Because you're also not going to try and throw yourself into him to break your collarbone. So it was
Yeah.
but you're still
the
going
pads
full clip.
definitely make it a little bit more accelerated. But the game these guys have gotten bigger, stronger, and faster. It's just that's why the pocket passing isn't coming back. It's just, but it's where is the NFL gonna go? It can only get bigger, stronger, and faster. That's about it.
Yeah, bigger, stronger, faster, and they make the rules more, favored for the offense, which they've been doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, high scoring games are better than low scoring games.
Yeah, that's what they want.
Dude, I forget which game I was watching that it was the fourth down. It was a fourth down, and then they called the roughing the passer.
Yeah,
Because dude, you have to learn how to fall the right way now on the quarterback.
Yeah,
Like,
well,
you can't throw. You can't. They think your body weight's getting thrown onto the quarterback. Like that's a
yeah,
foul.
you got to tackle him. And these guys got to like go to the side of him.
It's like you have to learn a whole different way of tackling now.
Yeah, these
Yeah.
guys are like borderline gonna
and
injure
like
themselves
fourth,
trying to get off.
fourth down, game on the line. Like you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're not thinking about
Yeah, and
after you sack him. Like, oh my god, I got to get off this guy.
you have to understand momentum. You know what I mean? Like these guys are moving.
It could be
fast.
done, but obviously, sometimes it's unavoidable.
But like, if I'm running at you full speed, and my job is to tackle you before you throw the ball, and you throw the ball at the last second, and if you weren't gonna release the ball, then I was hitting you. It's almost impossible at how fast they're moving and how hard they're pushing at them to not hit you.
No, you could hit the quarterback after that. That's allowed, but you can't obviously do it in the helmet. And then if you do tackle him, you can't land on him. That's what it is.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean,
If you obviously like watch old highlights
Yeah.
in the NFL, these guys used to fucking kill
take a
each other.
Hit. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, it's good that they don't.
It's good, but they just enforce it too loosely, and it's inconsistent.
But that's that's what happens because it's like everything. It's like
it's a gray area.
no call is the same. Like
Yeah.
every call is different. I mean, obviously, like they're similar, but they're different. So it's on these guys to make judgment calls, and they're being told all these different things. Look out for this. Look out for that. It's a judgment call,
Yeah, it's tough.
and when you're in it, it's harder to identify than when you're out of it. We're all looking from a screen, and we can see everything. The broadcast is giving us everything. These guys only have what's in front of them.
Yeah, I also think that there should not AI, but like in soccer they have the VAR, which is like a video room that reviews stuff. Like football could definitely implement that, just in terms of like first downs and breaking the plane for a touchdown. Like put some kind of thing in the ball, little tracker thing.
They already have trackers in there.
They do?
Yeah. That's how they keep stats, and that's how they do all like the.
Okay, so the
AR
tracker's
stuff.
already in there then. Just you know what I mean? Like when they're going for a first down or trying to break the plane on a touchdown, you could just know instantly and just have something earpiece in the
Make it
so
quicker.
you don't have to waste time.
Nobody wants to sit
reviewing
there
shit.
and speculate.
doesn't want
Is it
that.
going this way? Is it going that way?
And also for like spotting the ball.
yeah.
Like, there could be such inconsistent spots.
I think they should bring the chains back though.
Yeah, getting rid of the chains was just not. If you were getting rid of the chains, it should have been moved to what I just said.
Right. Like don't give us any stoppages then. Like if you're
Yeah.
gonna give us a stoppage, bring those fucking chains out.
Yeah. We love the chains.
We fucking admire the chains.
The chains are like the chains at a football game are like Cracker Jacks at a baseball game.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, there they are.
And now they're just on the sideline, just being like flaunted in front of us. Like,
yeah, it's
Were you guys
you'll
chain
never
boys?
see him again. What?
Were you guys chain boys?
What does that mean?
I
Like,
wish.
You ever get called up to do the chain?
Oh,
No, I never
I've done
was.
it a couple of times. I think
I never was.
it's a great honor. I'd do it again.
Yeah, man. Run out there on the field, bring those chains out.
4th and 10, 4th and inches.
Fourth down.
All right. You got
All right.
anything else going on, or to be continued?
No, to be continued. Like I said, hopefully we come back. We got some good news. Bellinger, Imai,
I have
Bichette.
a feeling. I have a good feeling we're gonna have a lot to talk about next week.
BBI.
Just kind of week off this week. Nothing happening.
Nothing.
At least for the Yankees.
It's the holidays.
That's true. That's true. Yeah.
Everyone's with their families. Things are going to tick up. Amai's got to get signed, so the Yankees are going to be in on that. Giants got another one, last one of the year
Let's
against
wrap it up.
them.
Wrap it up with a loss to the Cowboys.
Real shout out quick to my Knicks, baby. Killing it right now. Just every time I look, every time I see the Knicks are winning. They're winning another one. So keep it rolling. We're going to keep this show rolling. Check out the Instagram. Check out the YouTube. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. And have a good week, man. Let's go Yankees. Let's go Knicks. Let's go Rangers. Let's go New York.
Brink
Hell yeah.
out.